Hello, I'm Andy Wilkinson of Shooting Image Limited, and one of the things I'd like to try and get across in this short film is how we go about the process of working with you to make a film. This is something companies are increasingly turning to do because they've seen how effective it is. Not only does web video improve your search engine optimization quite dramatically, perhaps because Google own YouTube, who knows, but also it's an extremely effective way of getting your message, services, ethos, products, whatever it might be, across in a short period of time in an interesting and informative way. Web video is very sophisticated now. You're seeing production values that were typically only reserved for TV used in the web environment, and it's cost effective. You have access to an enormous audience through the web, through your website, through Google, through YouTube. Customers really want to understand what it is about your company that makes it special, or what exactly does it do, what services can it offer them. And web video is a very good way of getting that across, because just in a very short period of time you can portray exactly what you do. Typically we'll meet to discuss what it is you want to get across in your film. What are the important aspects, what's the aim, what's the target audience, that kind of thing. Then I'll put together a short document which basically summarises what all those things are, and that enables you to check that I've understood what it is that you need. This proposal will clearly show the costs of your film. But consider this, if you're not using web video, some of your competitors probably are, or maybe you need to think about that. And if you're happy, we can then schedule a date for filming. We'll meet and we'll shoot the film, and I'll work with you, and I'm a patient person because I understand it's not much fun being this side of the camera. Believe me, I'm feeling it right now. But I'll work with you and be very patient, and we can, sometimes it can take many hours just to get a few minutes of really good video, because the person needs to be relaxed, they need to be happy in front of the camera, almost forget the camera's there and start talking to it as though it was a person. Or sometimes we'll do an interview where basically it's a three-quarter shot and I'll be an interviewer off scene, so it sort of looks like a typical TV style interview. Whichever works best for you. Sometimes we'll use voiceover artists, so it depends. Every business is different. Typically we'll use the people who work within the business to describe what they're doing, because they're passionate about it. They work for that business, it's their life. So but whatever you need can work either with scripts that you've previously prepared, or we can do an open interview style technique. And then I'll go away and I'll cherry pick all the really good sections of what you've said and stitch them together in a coherent message, and overlay that typically with quite a lot of cutaways of your business, so some of the things you're talking about will be shown. If you're talking about, as this guy is here about this amazing factory, you're seeing what he's talking about. Let's take a look.
We have a purpose-built 5,000 square metre factory that I think is the envy of the whole industry. Our manufacturing operation is divided up into cells. Each cell is a carefully balanced mix of workload so that the product can move through the factory in an efficient, organised fashion. The home is within this controlled environment the whole time it's being built. At the end of it, you get the quality product that everybody expects.
Or perhaps this one here. Here's an example of some of the power of a video testimonial. I mean, just look at these people while they're talking about this project.
Our new head office was always going to be very iconic, not just to the Manchester skyline, but I think nationwide. There's not many projects of this size, of this profile, that are being built in the UK. Fusey had come highly recommended on the back of their work with O2 and with BBC in terms of how efficient their delivery team were. There was never a job too big. Unlike any of the competition, they were able to understand exactly what the co-op wanted as a client.
Reviewing Fusey's tender response, it just kind of stood out for us, I think. So we knew straight from the beginning that, you know, Fusey would be a great partnership for us.
What better way to show your future clients of your capabilities as a company than show them things like that, previous successes, people who you've worked for, talking to camera about just how good you were. Here's an example of a small business, Cambridge-based business, that's talking about some of their services and what they offer.
The company was formed originally in 1967, even before I joined. Damp proofing, timber treatments, gradually into basement work, waterproofing, basement conversion. We've also undertake solid wall insulation on properties, and obviously condensation control is another issue that we deal with. We have worked on, I think, all of the Cambridge colleges over the years. Certainly lots of their local out student lodging houses, but then we've worked on lots of other buildings, churches, barn conversions, mansion houses, and right down to the very small 2 up, 2 down house.
So we'll work with you, we'll get all the captured material we need in terms of interview footage, background shots from cutaways of your business in action, the products or services, whatever it might be. And then I'll cherry pick, edit it, really pare it down to the most important things that need to be in the film to get the message across that we talked about in the aims. And then it's really a case of me putting together a rough cut, which I'll then typically send to you on a private web link, so you can review, you can see you know, what the message is as it's come across. You can see all the cutaways that I might have chosen to use, make comments, and we can do, you know, meet or talk over the phone or email, whatever it needs to be. If you're not happy, it's not a problem. You know, we will work on it until it's right. You know, it's your business. But certainly the types of clients that I attract seem very pleased with, you know, the approach I use to filmmaking for their businesses, and will often recommend me to other businesses. In fact, most of my work comes by recommendation. So I think Shooting Image has shown in the last few years that we really have an approach that is what businesses want. We try and offer value for money, effective business video service to the Cambridge area, although we frequently get pulled into national jobs for big clients because of the quality of what we do. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this film. I hope you've got something out of it. You understand a bit more about how I work to produce a video, and if it's something that interests you in terms of something I could do to help your business, please contact me. All the stuff's at the end of the film, so I'd look forward to hearing from you. And thank you.